155 miles per hour. That is the speed of the fastest roller coaster in real life, Falcon's Flight. And in this video, I'm going to try to break that record in Minecraft with a new mod called Create Coasters Simulated. It uses the same physics engine as Create Aeronautics, so I know there is some crazy stuff that I could do. I have 3 methods prepared to see which one is the fastest, and at the end, we're going to see how fast it actually goes. So stay tuned for that, and let's get right into it. Before I actually start this video, I just want to give a quick introduction to Create Coasters Simulated. This is by no means a tutorial on how to use this mod. There are already plenty of showcases out there, but I'm just going to go over the basics so you understand what I'm doing in this video. This mod only adds 5 items: the track, cart, anchor point, rivet, and balloon. The ones that I'll be focusing on today are the anchor points, which you just place down a few blocks away from each other, then you connect them with the tracks, and then the cart just acts basically like a bogey from regular Create. This is where you'll actually build your cart, where you're actually going to sit. And then the track's obviously going to hold the cart on, and then you're going to be able to turn it, and then this will be able to ride. And what's extra cool about this mod is if, for example, I made another track here, then I can raise it up with a wrench, and then I can customize exactly where I want the track to be, even raising it up a little. And then, if I put a cart up on the top, it's going to fall down with actual physics, just like Create Aeronautics. And if you're thinking the same thing I was thinking when I first saw this mod, how fast can these carts go? Is there a speed limit to these tracks? At what point will it just fall off or just break? And that's what we're going to find out today. My first idea is to use the chain lift feature in this mod. So what I can do is I can make an anchor point a little raised, and then when I connect it and put a chain on it, then it creates a little bit of a chain lift. Then I can attach a creative motor down here, and it'll make the lift go up. Then I can place a coaster cart on here, and it'll raise it up just like an actual chain lift in real life. Then, if I raise the speed on here, it'll go even faster. So if I put a coaster cart on, it goes flying off. But the only problem is, this is not as fast as I want it to go. And this is actually the max speed that you can have with the creative motor, is 256. So, if you've played with the Create mod before, you're gonna think, well, can I just add cogwheels like this to make a gear ratio? And unfortunately, no, you cannot. This is the maximum speed that anything can go in the Create mod. If you try to bring it up to 512 RPM, the cog just breaks. But there is one thing that we can do. If you go into the Create Config menu, and you configure the server config, kinetics, and then you scroll down, you will find max rotation speed. I'm just going to change it to something crazy like 100,000. I probably won't reach that amount of speed, but it'll be good so I won't reach any limit. Then, I can go back here, and it actually works. So, I will set this up, and place a coaster cart on it. And yeah, that went a lot farther. That's where it used to be. Now it's all the way over there. It actually almost landed on this other coaster that I have here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again. I will just add cogwheels here, cogwheels there, and let's just do this 4 times and see how fast it can go. Now I raise the speed. You're going to see it's not breaking because of the configs that I changed. Place this on there. And yeah, that's flying. It really didn't go much farther, but I'm suspecting that's because this is pretty short. So if I extend it up a little bit, I'm actually going to even put this on the wall, so it's going to go straight up. Now I will use a wrench to break this with shift right click. Then I'll place a new chain starting here and ending up there. Now I can even adjust this to be even steeper. This chain is now going so fast that it looks like it's going backwards. But I can assure you that if I put this on, it's going to fly off the end. And yes, it does. That is going absolutely flying. That is way past our previous record. And now it's all the way over there. Okay, so now let's test it. Let's see how fast it actually is. So I'm just going to break one of the cogs so it's not moving. Then I can grab the creative physics staff from the aeronautics mod and just freeze it so it doesn't move. Then I'm gonna add some planks onto it just as a base, then a velocity sensor, and then of course a seat so I can follow it. Now I will place those on there and make sure this is facing the same direction as it will be going. And then don't forget to grab goggles so you can read it. So now let's see how fast this is gonna go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, pretty respectable. It seems like it hit around 30 meters per second. That is not as fast as I want it to be going though. So maybe we can even extend it out a little more horizontally before going up. So I'm just going to break all of this and bring it down. How about here? And then I'll go up a little bit. And we'll connect this all the way up with the tracks. And perfect. This is going to be an entire straight part, and then it's going to go way up into the sky. So now I will just place the chains back on. When I place the coaster cart on here, that is definitely going way faster. So to actually test it, let's reset our entire setup here. Go onto here, and when I unfreeze it, let's see how fast it goes. Alright, it looks like we went around 60 meters per second, which is about double the speed as we were going before. So I call that a success for the chains. But now I have two other methods that I think might make this thing go even faster. For this next method, I'm actually going to use another mod called Create Simulated Thrusters, which adds the redstone thruster and the blaze thruster. The blaze thruster is quite a bit more powerful, so I'm actually going to use this one. So when I place the coaster cart on the end here, I'm just going to attach the same seat setup along with the velocity sensor, but then I'm also going to add a blaze thruster on the back. The way this works is that you put any type of fuel, which can be coal, lava, anything like that, and then it'll thrust it as hard as it can, and hopefully this should go faster than the chain over there, but I'm actually not sure. So I'm just going to grab a stack of coal and put it in here, and let's see how it goes. And that was really fast. Okay, definitely gonna have to put a flashing lights warning on this. This is bad. Okay. Not exactly sure where I am right now. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem with using the thruster. It kind of goes crazy and does whatever it wants. So, yeah, that's gone. Okay. Let's get a replay on that. I'm not sure exactly how fast it went. I think like 120, but it was so fast that I don't even know. And where are all my roller coasters? Okay, I found all my stuff, but it turns out I went almost 1,000 blocks away, so that's actually crazy. I'm just gonna do this one more time because I really want to see again if I can tell how fast it was actually going. So let's try this one more time. We're gonna do this in slow motion this time. Yeah, that went really fast, but now it's like jumping around all weird. Alright, I'm gonna get off. That thing's gonna fly off again. I think we currently have a winner that is currently our fastest method, but it just goes absolutely crazy. This is not practical at all. Oh, and it's clipping through the ground too. Okay, there it goes. Now for this third and last method, I'm actually going to use this same track again, but it's going to need a way bigger setup around it. So I'm actually going to use the magnets from Create Aeronautics. And if you've ever seen the type of maglev trains that people have been making, you're going to know where I'm going with this. I'm going to place the magnets here, and then I'm going to make the entire line of them facing one way. But I'm going to stop a few blocks away from this, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side facing the opposite way. So the blue is on this side for this one, but it's on red for this one. Then, I'm just going to power all of them with blocks of redstone, so they're powered all the time. You can also make it so the train is always powered but then these turn on whenever you want. So that's how you would like control this ride as an operator. You would turn all of these on at the same time. And then I'm also just going to add a wall here, and you'll see why in a minute, because I do not want to see this coaster flying all the way over there. I want it to be flying only that way. So now I'm going to get a coaster cart, place it like right here. Then I'm going to place a magnet on the cart, but I want it to be facing sideways or else this will not work. So then I'm just going to add a seat. I'll just put it right there, let's say, and then a sensor to see how fast we're going right on the front. Now this does look like kind of an odd setup, but just because of how this coaster cart works, this will be okay. Though once it flies off, it will start flipping in midair. So if I sit here, then I flick this lever, it's actually going to go the wrong way. And I knew that was going to happen, most likely. It was really a 50-50 chance. So that's why I put the wall here so it wouldn't fly off. So all I have to do is flip this around the other way. And then I can sit in here. And actually I want to go all the way to this back wall. Flip it around, and here we go. Alright. That really wasn't as fast as I thought it would be, and it's actually not flipping around as much as the Blaze Thruster did. So, actually, since this is really close to where I started, I'm going to turn off this lever, and I'm actually just gonna pick it up and bring it all the way back to our little setup over here. So I'm just going to snap this right back onto the track, right here. Put it all the way in the back. And now I did realize that this thing is actually going a lot slower than I thought it would. So, you know what? I'm gonna try to do something crazy. I'm going to make this even taller. Making that line of magnets really makes me wish that I had World Edit in this world, but I actually don't, so I'm just going to use the regular vanilla fill command to power all of these magnets. So now all of these are going to be powered, then I just have to power all of these at the same time. So I'm just going to use a redstone link to do that, along with a linked controller. So I'm just going to place redstone links on the backs of all of these magnets. Set to receive, and then we'll just set them to double velocity sensor, linked controller, and there we go. That's our setup. So now I'm just going to sit in the seat, look here, turn on the linked controller. Okay, that lagged a lot. We're just gonna stop this before it starts flying away really, really far. Looking at my coordinates, yeah, we are over 1,000 blocks away, and we are 700 blocks in the air. Okay. I think this one's faster than the Blaze Thruster, plus it actually went in a straight line and wasn't flipping around a bunch. Oh, look who we have here. Blaze Thruster's still going over there, making lots of particles. I am going to have to break that. Alright, let's see if I can catch it. I'm gonna try to click on it with the physics staff, but okay, it's going really far. Oh, that's nice, it just ran out of fuel. Alright, that was easier than I expected. Just ran out of fuel and stopped. Alright. Let's go back and try to do this one more time to see if I can get a clear reading of the actual speed that it is going. But it's actually really hard to see just because it goes off the track so fast. Sit down, links controller, and go. Alright, that one actually wasn't as fast as the other time. So this is a little inconsistent, but it still goes pretty fast. And I actually got this idea for the magnets from actual roller coasters in real life that use magnetic launches. And unfortunately, since this mod is so new, it does not have any launching within the actual mod. It only has the chain lifts. But honestly, This is a really great way to make a launch while we wait for the actual launching tracks. So now that I'm pretty sure we have a winner here out of the 3 methods, I'm going to make one test so we can actually see how fast this thing can go for real without actually flying off. And the way I'm going to do that is really simple. I'm just going to make a really long straight track, and then we're just going to see how fast it can go. So this track is going to be about 500 blocks long, and I'm just going to connect this entire track all the way back to the beginning. And if you try to do this, you're going to notice I have anchor points pretty close to each other, because there is a max distance for the anchor points before you aren't allowed to actually connect them anymore. Now I'm just going to have to place every single one of these, and you'd be crazy if you thought I was actually going to place all of these. I'm just going to do a fill command. So I just filled it entirely with magnets and redstone blocks. And then you're going to see at the end here, it actually doesn't end in a jump, because I'm going to try to catch it, and we're going to see if it can clip through any blocks, which I actually suspect it probably will. And this is so long that the entire time I'm talking, I'm still flying, and I'm still not at the end. So now we're going to do one test here. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 blocks, and I'm going to make an entire wall out of this. And we're going to see if it can go all the way through. And I suspect that it might actually do that, so we're going to see. So once I fill this with some oak planks, we're going to head all the way back to the beginning. Then I'm going to sit in this seat, get my linked controller out in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, yeah, just as I suspected, we went straight through the 10-block wall. That was really fast. I think we might have almost hit 500. That was so fast. Alright, let's see where our coordinates are. Yeah, the x-coordinate is 1700, and I started at around 700. That's where the track ended. That's insane. Where am I even going? I don't even know. I really don't feel like crabbing that and flying it all the way back here, so I'm just gonna try to recreate it. And now this should be a full recreation of the train we had going before. So now, if I press the linked controller, of course we go back. Alright. Just gotta flip those around. And for real this time, let's try it again. I'll even have my coordinates menu open so you can see how fast we go. 3, 2, 1, here we go. And like I said before, this is kind of inconsistent. We did not quite make it all the way through the wall, but we did get really close. Alright, let's see if I can get out. Maybe I can place this back on the track. Is that gonna work? Please? There we go. Alright. Now I would just make it go backwards, but I do know how fast it went and that it can just go through walls, so I'm just gonna put it back manually. And just for good measure, we're gonna try one more time, see if it can make it through the wall. We're going really fast, and it actually didn't. So it seems like it was actually just a one-time thing when it went through, but you never know, it could just go through again. Because if it did it once, I'm sure it'll do it again sometime. So anyways, it looks like we found the fastest way of transporting a coaster cart, which is around 500 meters per second, and I'm sure if I extended this even farther, it would go even faster. But that is just absolutely insane. For reference, that is around 1,118 miles per hour, and that makes it over 7.2 times faster than the fastest roller coaster in real life. Which, honestly, I was expecting going into this video, because I have made trains like this with magnets in regular Create Aeronautics, and I knew how fast they could go. But just seeing that number, over 1,100 miles per hour, is absolutely insane. And now I just had an idea. If this video gets 50 likes, I'll make an actual roller coaster from real life, such as Storm Runner or Top Thrill 2, and I'll recreate it using this kind of system where I speed it up with magnets and then it'll just go along the actual track. If you really want to see that video, then drop a like, and if you have a different roller coaster idea, such as another roller coaster that you really liked from real life, then just drop it in the comments and maybe I'll actually build it in a future video. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me go really, really fast in Create Coaster Simulated, and I'm sure there are even better ways to go even faster. Like I said, it could probably go even faster if I had this track even longer, but that's actually where I'm going to stop in this video because it is starting to lag so much. So if you like this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe, because we just hit 1,000 subscribers, and now we're setting our goal on 2,000 subscribers. But watch the video that's on your screen now because YouTube thinks you'll like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.